We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was within this move, we mentioned about how we can look for trade. Anyway, there was no trade set up to look for buy, and one of the options was to have entry above the top, which the price didn't take. Now we remove it. Now want to see what's the next. Anyway, the price drop and we didn't have any update for that. And if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we can expect the price to drop to 0.13 if there is a continuation, and exactly this is what we get. Now we want to see whether we can look for buy or still we can look for continuation, and this one is not valid anymore. And the thing is, because we put, if I put back the line, if we refer to our analysis when the price was exactly within this move, we mentioned how deep it can go is 31. Now I want to see whether we can get the reversal or we can get the correction for continuation. Okay, how we can look at the chart. First of all, I remove this. We move to daily chart. Again, if we refer to our analysis, I was keep highlighting that we can expect the price to correct for longer time, the bigger consolidation before we get the reversal. That's why I mentioned any trade based on 1 hour chart is a short-term trade, mostly for buy. Then how we can look for trade if I move to forward chart. All right. Now, even I was keep highlighting about this one. Now, whether this is the start of the the price can retest the previous low and this is a flat, or this is the correction for one move up. We cannot confirm if we refer to the indicators, because most of the charts, they don't have the confirmation. The reason is we get this one because of the Bitcoin, mostly this move. That's why they follow the Bitcoin. They have a similar movement anyway. Now, we don't need to care whether the one is going to retest the previous low or reverse. We want to see how we can look for trade, whether we should look for buy or sell. Long term, we can look for buy because it's still, as we can see, the price dropped quite a lot. But the short term, maybe we can look for sell. Okay, then we don't have any trade set up here. And if I move to 1 hour chart, how we can look for trade? The first thing is, if we put this low relative to the previous one indicators, we don't have anything. That means we don't see any information for the price to reverse. Then what's the next? If the price continue to drop, the only way to look for trade, if we get any correction similar to any of this, we get the correction, any trade will be a short-term trade. Okay, but mostly we're looking for reversal for buy. But beside that, if I look, we talk about the sell. If we want to sell, we need to get the correction. If we get any correction similar to any of this, then it depends on the traders whether they want to look for sell or not. Because if we want to trade for any of this correction, the only way is to have entry below this. If we get any small correction, the only way is to have entry below this. This means a short-term sell. The best way is if this one turns to a deeper correction similar to what we have here, then we can look for trade setup. Okay, for sure. What I want to highlight here is if there is a reversal as a corrective similar to what we get here, we can look for flat for one more drop. That means this down move we will be longer time. Okay, that means even if we get a buy, if the price didn't reverse really sharp, we should expect to get any move similar to what we have here. Okay, then just now we mentioned if we want to look for sell, what we're looking for. The only times we can look for buy, if we get any reversal flag, we can take the trade. Okay, but right now whether we should look for buy or sell, we cannot confirm right now because indicator doesn't give us any information. The best thing is we wait for correction here. Then from there, we can confirm whether we should look for buy or sell. Mostly, I expecting to get that if the price start to correct, we get the correction similar to what we have here. That means this one can turn to a deeper move. Okay. Anyway, we don't have any trade set up, and if the price continue from here, we are not going to look for sell. If we want to get the sell, at least we need to get the small correction. And even if we want to look for buy, we have to get the reversal. Then we don't have any trade set up. We cannot look for any trade. The best thing is we wait, we get the correction. Then from there, we can consider whether we should look for buy or sell. And the best picture is if we get the correction here, flat for one more drop, then we can refer to the indicators. Then any reversal from there, it can give us good trade setup. But we cannot confirm whether we can get that or not. Then we just follow the chart. If I see any update or trade setup, I will share. Thanks.